I'm supposed to believe God, but I'm having a hard time. And let's see, the other one is, don't allow the enemy to throw you off your game. Does anybody watch basketball? Did anybody watch basketball last night? Somebody sad about it. You sad about it? We went to Florida State. You know that Gina and I went to Florida State. And somebody had put on Facebook, Gators lost. Boo. And I said, well, I was cheering for them. But since they lost, yeah. But anyway, that's because I'm a Seminole. That's all. But anyways, think about this. When I say don't allow the enemy to throw you off your game. I used to coach basketball. That's a surprise, isn't it? No, it's not a surprise. I like you. What's your name?
Marwan.
Huh?
Marwan.
Marwan?
Yes, Eric.
Okay.
Eric.
You say Eric?
No, Arabic.
Oh, Arabic. Okay. Anyways, I used to coach basketball, and I had this kid on my team. Her name was Gina. Not that Gina, but her name was Gina, and she was like a hothead. And you just looked at her like I could have been her coach. No, I couldn't have been her coach. I'm much younger than she is. But anyways, like I said, Gina was a hothead. So, like, she didn't understand that the girls who were playing against us was just, they were just playing their game. They are quote the enemy, yes, but if you're good in your game, if you're good in your skills, if you got your stuff tight, then other players can't really mess with you, right? They have no defense for you because you're good at what you do. So don't allow the enemy to throw you off your game. And that's all it is. This is a game of life. And if you're doing what you're supposed to do, if you are studying, if you are striving for excellence like you're supposed to strive for excellence and all that other good stuff, then the enemy can't throw you off your game. Right? So that's what this book is. And so that's 30 days of affirmation. But I can't really put that book in my class because they have a lot of references to God. And I teach in the public school system, so they have a problem with that. So, and my intent was not to write another book, but like I said, books are not written, they are birthed. How long have I been teaching?
20 years.
20 years. And over those years, I have said things like, change your vernacular, and you have the possibility of changing your life. Of course, my kids was like, Miss James, why you got to use some big words? Somebody know what you're talking about. But change what you talk about. Because if you're talking about, move my hands around. It ain't coming home. Anyway, if you change what you talk about, like if you change, because like middle school today, and I used to teach at the roughest, baddest school in St. Pete. Oh my gosh. Those kids they had character. Because the newspaper, the new teachers, they always ask the new teachers, what did you think about these kids here? Well, you can't say, these are bad kids, where y'all come from? You have to think differently. So I said, and I don't like to lie, so I put my words together very carefully to make you think what I want you to think. So I said, these kids here, they have character. And if it is that,
That's it.
and you can think whatever you want to think. My thinking was, these kids, good. They have character. Have you seen some good characters? Yes. Have you seen some bad characters? Yes. They all have character, right? So was I lying? No, I wasn't. But anyways, I had to constantly put them back on track. So I would be teaching and I have to stop and say, change. You can, change your vernacular, and you have the possibility of changing your life. Excuses are only good for those who make them. So Miss James, I lost my homework. It's not working for me. It might be working for you, but it's not working for me. I need my homework. Miss James, I don't have a computer at home. Okay. Excuses are only good for those who make them. They got a public library in every city in America. Go to the library. So you have, and then I say the things that we want to do, we make a way. But those things that we really don't want to do or don't really care about doing, we make an excuse. I told my mom that. She got real mad at me, y'all. But, so, that's how this book was first. I had an 8th period class, and it was like my algebra class, my algebra honors class. And they would be like, I already had a whole bunch of signs on the wall anyway, because after a while, if you don't need to keep saying excuses only good for those who make them, you just need to point, and they'll get it. So they won't come with you with excuses. But that's something that we all have to say to ourselves, too. So the kids are like, Miss James, you should put this in a book. So I was like, I don't know, maybe, whatever. And on the last day of school, y'all remember the last day of school? It was always a free day, wasn't it? Not in my class. It wasn't a free day in my class. I'm going to tell you why it wasn't a free day in my class, because one year, and I love noise, and I love kids, and I like interactions that they say, that they talk when they're talking math. I love that. That kind of like makes me smile. However, I don't like foolishness. I don't like, like unorganized chaos. I like organized chaos. And so, one year, I was at this school that I said was the roughest, toughest little school in Kansas or wherever it was. My principal came in and observed me on the last day. How crazy is that? So when he came in, my kids were in groups, and I had gone to the Dollar Tree and got some puzzles. And I was like, the first group that could do this puzzle together, I'm going to give you some candy. Candy works for everything. It works for high school students too. Which ones are high school? Anybody still in high school here? Oh, they're not here. They're skipping. So, when he came into class, he saw my class working together, cooperative learning. So I got a good evaluation because I went to the Dollar Tree and bought 4 puzzles. And that was cool. And a bag of candy, so I spent like $5.35. And I had a great day. I had a good evaluation too. I'm like, why are you coming to my class on the last day? Are you serious? But anyway, so after then, I made sure I had something for them to do on the last day. So what I did was, I got like a little draft copy. I even let them name it. Because, like they were involved. I put all of their names in the book. So this was like the little sample that I had, and then like I got the cover designed, and so that was the final copy. But I dedicated it to my students. So when they saw that, they were like, whoa, my name in a real book. So so that's what I did on the last day. They read it, we read it together. Well, like they read it and then they got autographs. Organized chaos. So, my 30 minutes up. Y'all want me to? No, y'all don't want me to sit down. But anyways, let me wrap it up. So those are the 3 things that I do. And so now what I'm doing more this year, I asked God to give me at least 1 event a month so that I could sell and talk about my book. And he has really shown himself to be great. And then I met Teresa. I met my friend Teresa at one of the events where I reconnected with Miss Leathers. And Teresa is just like one of those people who, she was like, well, she had already researched all of the things, all of the places that I need to go. On the way here, Teresa was like, I think you should have at least another book by 2015. I'm thinking, for real? Come on now. Then she said, well, I was going to say 2. So I'm good. I'm good with the 1, So anyways, but she told me that she wanted me to tell you guys a little bit about my background and where I come from. Well, I like to tell the story, but then sometimes the story is don't go well. So I'm going to just put it in there. Okay, I'm the youngest of 5 kids, of 6